Are we ready?
I think I'm ready. I don't know. I don't know
Hey.
if he's gonna go sleep or not.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, we're good. We're sounding
Oh.
good. There we go. We're all good on the hood.
We'll give it a go. We'll give it a
Yes.
go.
Go on then.
What's happening, troops? Welcome
Hmm?
back to your weekly dose of nostalgic goodness. I am Liam, joined as always by bestest bud in all the world, Nick.
Do not say fuck or bugger.
We don't swear on this family show. Because we
Who
are
said it was a family show?
broadcasting. We're broadcasting live on Twitch here at twitch.tv/RetroGakAttack. This is where you can catch the raw, uncut versions of RGA before it gets a lovely edit and it makes its way onto our YouTube channel.
YouTube.
That's youtube.com/@RetroGakAttack, because YouTube is awkward like that. Retro Gak Attack is also available in audio form on all major podcasting platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc., etc. Go find it somewhere. They're all available through our Buzzsprout page, because that's what we use. rga.buzzsprout.com. You can find them all on there. And find the one that suits you best. What are we talking about today, best bro?
You are a professional, aren't you?
Well, apart from that one cock-up where I couldn't say major podcasting platforms, because it just came out like a fart.
Major poo casting. What are we talking about this week? We're talking about a recent list, aren't we?
Yeah,
you have issues.
We're talking about the supposed 100 best video games ever made, according to experts.
Yeah.
Stuff like this ticks me off, you know. I love a list. I love looking at a list and seeing where people put things. But when it's like, experts have concluded these are the best 100 video games.
So have you actually read the start of the article?
Where before it mentions games. I've just seen.
I mean, let's preface it. First of all, this is by GQ.
Yeah, that tickled me as well.
Yeah, so first of all, it's what's GQ? That's fashion.
It's like
men's
a men's fashion magazine or something.
Yeah. So let's just preface it that this is by them.
Yeah.
And by experts, because once we get to the very end, it does give you a list.
Does it actually list all the experts?
Yes.
Because the start of the article mentions. It says, we asked the world's greatest game developers, streamers, directors, writers, and more to help us crown the best games of all time.
Yeah. So basically, it's people that work in game studios with freelance journalists, people from like GameSpot and IGN, and streamers. So.
Does that make me an expert then? Because I stream every once in a blue moon.
No, not really. Not really.
How dare?
Not really.
How dare?
And the way that they've set this up is they've asked 300 people to list their top 10 games, and wherever they've positioned their games, depending on 1 through to 10, is they earn points. And the way that
a video game.
And the way that they've developed this list is basically they've accumulated all the points of the 239 people that replied.
Yeah.
So they've not even got a full 300 people replying to it. So essentially what this should be called is GQ, what was it? The 100 greatest video games of all time ranked by 239 people that could be bothered to reply to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've looked at the list. Ooh. I've already looked at the list.
I'd probably had a quick glance at it when I first saw this come up on a tweet or something.
Well, when was it? This is the 10th of May, so I mean it's been 2 months, just over.
And I saw it and it triggered me and I was like, we need to discuss this at some point.
Yes. Yeah, I remember the first message you sent.
Because we've not done out like this yet anyway. It's interesting. It would be interesting for me to see who 239 people reckon is GQ's best video game.
Yeah, I mean, they do say that the number one not only received the most votes, but it was also placed in
Number
the
one,
people's number one the most.
yeah. I can already
Um,
imagine what it is, but we'll
do
wait.
do you want to take it? Do you want to take a guess?
Right now, right here, right now.
Right now, I'll put 50p.
50 whole p.
That's all I've got because my kids
Okay.
fucking bleed me dry.
Are you gonna tell me if I'm right or wrong, or am I just gonna say it?
No, you just say it and
No reactions.
Nope.
Breath of the Wild. To me, is gonna be number one. I've never played it, but I don't know. It just we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll
We'll get
get
there. Okay.
What I'll do. This is how I pictured doing it in my head this afternoon. Because this is what we do here. I come up with a random idea every now and then, and I'm like, "We're gonna do this tonight."
I'm just here for the ride.
This is what happens when I'm at work and I have time to think. I'm like just thinking, what can I do with retro gak now? What can I do? And I was like, oh, remember that article?
We're not saving lives of David Hasselhoff.
Ooshed. Love David. What I'm gonna do is I'll list them in tens. So I'll go from 100 to 91.
Yep.
And then we'll just, discuss whatever. Because there's going to be some games neither of us played, got no opinions on.
I'm not going to lie. When I've gone through there's a few that I've not played.
I can imagine there's going to be a few neither of us have played. But there's going to be a few that we've both played.
There's some very fucking niche games.
Oh,
They're really awesome niche games.
Okay. Right. So I'll go 100 to 91, and then we'll discuss them.
Okay.
So 100. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, 2004. Okay. Rez, as discussed a little while back, at 99. 98, Age of Empires 2, The Age of Kings. 97, The Return of the Obra Dinn. Never heard of it. It looks really cool, though, that picture. Number 96, Super Mario Brothers. Whoa! Wow! Number 95, Ultima Underworld, The Stygian Abyss. 94, Okami. I like the art. 93, Fable 2. Never played it. 92, Mass Effect. Fair income. And number 91, Grand Theft Auto 4. Ooh. Where do we start?
Well, 100.
Where is it?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic. Never played it, but it has got that famous twist at the end, doesn't it?
It's one of these games that like Steph's brother is mad on this game.
PC only, or no, it says Xbox.
No, it's on the Xbox now as well. Okay. So I think I bought it like literally 2 weeks ago because I've been dying to play it. And I think it was on offer for like £7 or something like that. Okay. So I bought that and the sequel number 2.
Yeah.
I think a grand total of £15. So I am really looking forward to playing them. But essentially, it's just a Star Wars RPG.
Yeah.
Where you have an auto mode, so you can just go into battle and just let the computer battle for you. So it's
Where's the game element of that then? Where's you having fun?
It's
in the game?
The characters, and you get quite a lot of different characters, and it's you can you split in teams to do different things, and so you've got to kind of plan accordingly. That's the RPG kind of element of it.
Fair enough.
So, but I mean that ever since it's come out, I've always known it's been held in a high regard. So, look, I do want to play. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, fair enough. It's quite nice to see Rez there. Not that I've played it, but you were talking about it in the soundtracks episode.
Yeah.
So it's getting a better.
I mean, I did say though it was at the time like it was properly influential. So I mean, it's definitely touched a few people.
Well, and that's the thing. This is 100 games. According to experts. I'm gonna keep saying that because
how many games did they produce in did they not give? So they 652 games
were mentioned, weren't they?
Mentioned. So yeah.
So these are only 100 of those games, and you've got to think about video games in general. There are tens of hundreds of thousands of video games that have been produced. Nearly probably million odd of crap that has been made.
Yeah.
But these are, according to the experts here, the 100 best. Never heard of no Obra Dinn, but it looks quite smart. The
But you're
art
just
style.
totally skipping over Age of Empires 2, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just going to go through the ones that are worth talking about, to be honest. we haven't got time to talk about all 100.
I know. I love these that style of Age of Empires. So I'm pretty sure I had a sort of form of Age of Empires.
Yeah, I was never
I think everyone has at one point.
strategy type.
No,
guy
I could probably do the
at all.
first few levels, and then when you've actually got to strategically plan your city, I'm like, oh, what the fuck I'm doing? I just stick everything all in one area.
The only type of game, it might come up in the list, the only type of game like that I've tried to play is Fallout, because I love Fallout, but those old Fallout games are rough. They are not fun. In comparison with, 3 onwards, they're just not fun. But Super Mario Brothers at 96, man.
I know it.
Wow. Obviously, there's 5 million other Mario games to choose from, but
the video game that single-handedly saved the video game industry.
That's harsh.
I know.
But I can kind of understand the experts not putting this like top 5 or whatever in their list. It was probably near 9 or 8
always
most lists sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it'll never be someone's. This is my favorite game ever. Will it?
Yeah.
There's other types of games. I can't really comment on much more. I love the art style of Okami. I've always kind of wanted
Okami's
to
a
play
game
it.
that I've always wanted it, and it's on my wish list for every console. And every time it comes up, I'm like, I don't want to buy it just now because I want to get it and play it because it looks stunning, and apparently it is such a good game. So yeah.
Yeah, people are desperate for a sequel, aren't they? I don't know if it's actually happening.
Yes, it's got a massive following. It really has.
Another big one's Mass Effect, though. Like, everyone bums Mass Effect. Anyone that's played
I think
it.
Mass Effect 2, isn't it?
It's Mass Effect 2 is the boy. Apparently, the first one's a bit of a drag. Because I'm guessing 2 is obviously going to come up. And it'll probably be top 20, maybe. Because it's always... It's mega high in all these lists. And Grand Theft Auto 4 is a bit surprising at 91.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised it's even made the list.
Really, people love it. There's people out there that swear by it's still the best one.
No.
I really like it. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, it's.
I didn't enjoy it. I'll tell you a quick little tale.
It's a bit gloomy. That was my only main thing. It's a bit gloomy looking when you compare it to Vice City and San Andreas and 5, which are quite vibrant, colorful games.
It's like the first realistic one, and it didn't feel realistic. If you know what I mean. To me, it felt like running, and you would like run and do a quick turn. Like,
he's got like a weird lead.
We
both did that at the same time.
Yeah. It's just there's something just not right with it. But so. This came out when I was still living in Ireland at the time, and I couldn't afford to get games. Like I was literally like no money at the end of the month, and my pal was like, I can get you an Xbox chipped, so you can play copy games. Since just give me like 150 quid, and I was like, right, yeah, cool, save, because I knew this was coming out, and so I got the Xbox, and I got the copy of this, and I put it in. And we went online, and I met my friend online, and he went, "Welcome to GTA Online, bitch!" And then he shot me, and then I got the red ring of death.
Oh no!
Literally the red ring of fucking death, and I was just like, "Oh, you fucking kid!"
Immediately
so this is
the
game. So yeah, the fucking I'm honest to God, and that's always stuck with me with GTA 4. And I was it's just like a little thorn in my side with this fucking game.
I think my thing with it was. Because, San Andreas is and always will be my favourite one, because that's the one I bummed when that came out. I had to wait a little bit of time because my parents didn't want to get it for me, because obviously there was a lot of controversy with it. But for whatever reason, they gave in, and they let me have it when we were on holiday in Yorkshire. Saw it in a shop, and we got it. I had to buy it. We bought it, and I had to wait until I got home. Like 4 or 5 days later after buying it to play it, it was absolutely killing me. But there was so much, like there was little RPG elements to San Andreas that they introduced, and you had skills with the guns where the more you use the guns, the more adept you become to using those guns.
Which is what they do in 5.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They didn't bring that stuff that I liked in San Andreas over to 4, which was the next gen game. There was still a lot to do in the open world, and you had the activities. They introduced the phone thing, didn't they? Which was just really annoying at the end of the day.
Calling your cousin all the time.
Yeah, having to go bowling or whatever.
Yeah.
But
let's do something. Let's go bowling.
Let's go bowling. It was all right. It was quite good, but like there was certain things I don't understand why they didn't bring them over to 4. Like customizing your character more, not just you could in CJ with CJ in San Andreas, you could change everything about him. You could make him fat. You could that was amazing when you, me, and Gav played that, and we made the fat man flying on his quad bike. That's a video game, that is, isn't it? That's a video game.
Yeah.
And in this, you could just change Nico's clothes. Lovely, but like it was set pieces. It was like you didn't get to choose his shoes and his jacket and his whatever. No, he had a set kind of
leather jacket, jumper, jeans,
what
trousers.
You got in Vice City. But in Vice City, it was good because that was the next step. In 3, you couldn't change anything about the character. In Vice City, you got to change your clothes to, for whatever reason, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it gave you that option, and it was good. San Andreas took it to another level with total customization, and this just like, we can't be asked with that.
Yeah. Let's we've done all this stuff in the previous 3 games, and we're just like,
yeah. And the online was all right. The online was sort of it was a foundation for what GTA 5 online became.
Yeah.
So like, I only got a little taste.
It was like a test service.
Yeah, and it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
What I got of it anyway. Probably other people got more out of it.
I mean, to be honest, after that whole Red Ring of Death, I just never went back on it.
The main campaign's fine. To be fair to it, the main campaign's fine. There's some good characters.
That was enjoyable. That was enjoyable.
Yeah, it's fine. Number 91. Fair enough. So number 90 to 81, we have Super Mario Kart, which has been mentioned on Retro Attack. Number 1. 89, Hitman World of Assassination. Is that the latest one? Like this?
Yeah, I think that's the latest one. Yeah.
Number 88, The Last Guardian. Really? Number 87, Super Mario Odyssey. Mario's back again, game number 2. Number 86, Civilization 5. Another PC strategy thing. Number 85, Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn. Yep. Number 84, Shenmue. Jesus Christ. Number 83, Bioshock Infinite. Okay, I'm on board with that. Number 82, Dragon Age Origins. And number 81, Fortnite. Ooshed.
Sorry, my wife is microwaving.
That's fine. I can't
because, that's fine then. Because every podcast she has to try and interrupt us somehow.
Well, you are in the kitchen.
I mean, if you want, we can get you a microphone and you can come and sit and chat with us about video games. She was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 last night.
Hey.
Yeah. She's like, let me just have a go, and they killed about 3 people in the car straight away and got the police after it.
Well, that's the whole point of the game.
Murders. 2 stars. I know, but
murders.
Pretty good.
Right, so we have to start with Super Mario Kart. It's been mentioned many moons ago, over a year ago now. We did.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah.
Mario Kart episode, but yeah, Super Mario Kart.
We love it.
Worthy number 90.
Yeah.
It should be in the list somewhere, shouldn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think if I did my list of 100, it would probably be somewhere.
It'd be higher for me, definitely. But the fact that it's made the list, I'm quite thingy with that. Quite happy with that. So
it probably won't be the only Mario Kart game. I'd imagine there's going to be.
I can't remember.
I think the latest one's going to be in there because of how vast it is. I think it's going to be in there.
And how such a tight game it is, yeah. But I don't remember, so we'll just have to go through.
Hitman's a good game. I played the first because this is confusing me now because it's Hitman World of Assassination. It's a bit of a cheat entry, this, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's Hitman 1, 2, and 3. I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I think no. Doesn't it when they brought it back? Then they brought it back, and it's like all like super realistic.
Yeah, they brought it back in like it was done in like episodes.
Oh, was it an episode?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you got Hitman 1, then you got Hitman 2, and I think there was a third one. So they've packaged it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a bit of a cheat entry. But I did play Hitman 1, and it is amazing. Like I'm
sure you got the first one for free, didn't you?
Yeah, I think when the second one got released, they sort of they gave you the first one. I was like, oh, look at this, bit of a taster.
Hi. Yeah.
But it's the amount of stuff you can do in it is amazing. But you've got to have the time and the patience and like the know-how to do certain things and go with things and the way you use things and the interactions and stuff.
I think I downloaded it, but I never played it. But I mean, to be honest, the only time I've ever played Hitman was on the PS2. That was Hitman 2. And all I can remember is that Italian house. And you have to pretend to sneak in as the postman. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just go around just running and gunning and die. And I never got past that first level.
The first couple Hitman games are so hard.
Yeah.
But I would personally go for one of them just because there's a bit of silliness about them. And there's... This game, if you ever play it, and if anyone's ever played it, is super detailed. Like the amount of details in these games are amazing, and that's why it's on this list.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just too much to comprehend, and I'd rather jump on Hitman 1 or 2 in the Italian house where I'm just do those little missions, good challenge,
dick about.
Yeah. It's honest to God, they're really good, but they're big games. They're big games.
Yeah.
I can't comment on The Last Guardian. I remember them making a fuss about it.
Yeah, because it's the same studios that did Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah. It was like the next big one after those, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To me, I heard it was a big disappointment. So
to be honest, coming after them too, like Ico and Shadow Colossus were like fucking.
Yeah, I'm expecting Shadow of the Colossus to be fairly high on this because I'm not actually a huge fan of Shadow of the Colossus. I played a little bit. I found it very boring, but I get that the majority of people love that game. And
like I like it, but I've only ever got to the fourth one.
So I think I got to the second and I just couldn't do it. And I was like, meh, I don't. Yeah. I'm not going to go out my way to figure it out. I
will go back one day to the PS3 and try
It's very nice. The remastered one looks very nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. It is.
Mario Odyssey.
Thought this would have been slightly higher.
I thought it would have been a little bit higher. But again, there's so many Mario games. That's the issue with Mario. There's so many different ones and people will favour different ones. They're going to be fighting each other. In a way, but I really enjoyed Odyssey. But there's I didn't like the realistic thing. I said that whichever episode.
When
we're talking about Mario.
Yeah,
the realistic thing it puts me off a little bit. But can't comment on Civ 5. I don't know if you can.
No.
Final Fantasy, can't comment on Final Fantasy. It's trash series. Sorry.
I mean, I've never heard anything about Final Fantasy 14, so why this is in the list, I have no idea. Do you know what I mean?
Even though I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy 14, it's got a huge following. Like die hard. It is the best franchise to ever franchise in all the franchises. But I couldn't care less. Speaking of Shenmue.
Oh, right. You've got it. I knew this was going to be on the list at some point. When this came out, this was like a revolutionary game.
How on fucking earth is this considered a game? It's shite.
It's not shite.
It's shite.
It's so good.
I'd rather play Pong for 10 hours than play this. I can't stand Shenmue, you know, it is bum.
Yeah.
It is
Oh, it's
utter
so good.
bum, and I hope I trigger a lot of people by saying that. It's bum. I hope you enjoyed Shenmue 3, suckers. That was terrible.
Yeah, I think 2 and 3 aren't a thingy, but the first one was okay. It was just like, it was that first kind of like 3D world RPG. You could do anything because you can do loads. You don't even have to play the game. You can just go to the bloody arcades and play the arcade machines. You know what I mean?
But then you may as well go and play something else, like an actual decent video game.
No, I'm just saying it gives you the option to do this. It's like GTA 5 now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You don't have to play the story. Like Steph, like is running around killing people, and then she went to the bloody ammunition and shot the targets for 2 hours. You just do whatever you want, and that's the same sort of like you had the freedom to do anything and that. And I think that's kind of why it stuck out. The fact that the fighting's really good and the story was really good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I played it as a secondary sort of player. My best friend played it, and I just sat and watched it and was just totally like engrossed in the whole thing. So
It's just it was ahead of its time. It was way ahead of its time.
Greatly ahead of its time. Yeah,
probably down to the fact that they spent so much money on making this game in 1999, and it's just a glorified QTE game, and I really don't like it.
You don't like QTEs? No, I do. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of them. Yeah,
Resident Evil just about gets away with QTEs only because I love the game so much, but QTEs are gimpy, stupid.
I know.
Now to an actual good game, BioShock Infinite.
Never played it. I've got it. Never played it.
Such a fun game.
Is it?
It's a mind fuck, but it's a very well made, fun shooter, and like any BioShock game, you've got your whatever they're called, plasmids or something, so you can do like electric shock people or burn people, or stun people or something, and then you got your guns, so you can pop pop when you do something to them.
Burn, bop, bop.
Yeah, and it's with each one they made the combat and everything better, and this being the last one of the series so far. 10 years ago. That's actually,
it's 10 years ago. I don't think they're going to be touching it anytime soon.
That's mental. No, apparently they are. Apparently there's something in the works. Hopefully there is, because these are. I prefer the other BioShocks, and I do think the first one will be top 30-ish because of the story.
You should be jotting these down to make sure that
I know, yeah.
predictions are right.
Yeah. I'll remember, kind of.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. But I love the setting of it, because the first two, they were very dark games. Very dark and sinister and horrible. Whereas this one, like, totally flipped it over, and it was, like, super bright and vibrant. But there was, like, a really dark racism sort of theme to it, and it's really, when you get into it, it's like quite but yeah, very fun game. I think it should be a little bit higher, but the experts don't think so. Dragon Age Origins.
Never played it.
I've played a Dragon Age game, but I think it was
we get Dragon Age
Inquisition or something like that.
Yeah,
there was one that I got for free on the Xbox once.
I think it's not PlayStation Plus. We got it free.
Xbox, I played it on.
Did you get it on the Xbox?
Yeah.
I'm sure I got it on the PlayStation. I remember that for free. Yeah.
It might come up, it might not. I didn't really like it that much. And then Fortnite. Do you know what? I'm not gonna crap on Fortnite because I've played it and I've enjoyed it. It's gonna be high on a lot of people's lists because it's free. It is fun. Yeah. I think it's way past its sell by date now. It's had its day. That lasted a long time.
Well, it's a lot different now than what it used when it first came out. We first played it.
Yeah.
Because now you've got like just a normal arena, shoot them. Do you know what I mean? Rather than having to build all the stupid stuff. You know what I mean? That just got ridiculous. But they're also doing concerts. They had movie screenings,
in-game concerts and stuff.
Yeah,
Star Wars things and.
Yeah, and they had a Dragon Ball thing as well, where they aired the first season of Dragon Ball Super and you could get to be the characters, and you sat in a thing watching the episodes, the first season. You know what I mean? It's like they've done loads, and I think the reason that they stay, they've got kind of the finger on the pulse at the minute, because the last big thing they did was the Transformers. That they're now been released in the Optimus Prime, and I think Optimus Primal are in the game now. And every time something big comes along,
Yeah, well,
they're already there with the finger on that pulse, because you know what I mean, to bring people in to play it.
yeah, because
So
I didn't know Futurama's back after many years, and it's in Fortnite now.
Yeah.
You can play as the Futurama people because they are quite good at whatever's the big trendy thing. It's in Fortnite.
Yeah.
So they're not stupid.
And I think that's how they're keeping everyone sort of like invested in the game as such. So,
but I did love, like, you know,
like, I enjoyed it when it first came out, and me and you were playing it together.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we were shy.
It's fun to team up with
never
your
won.
mates, and I'm terrible at the game anyway, so I need a good team to win. But I still enjoyed, like, collecting whatever things to make my character look cool. I got Deadpool, so I was happy, and then we were just trying to get wins and stuff, and it was fun.
Yeah.
I've got no quarrels with it being in anyone's top 100 sort of thing. It's earned its right. It is a fun game.
It's earned its seat at the table.
Yeah, it's
much as people don't want to admit it. It has earned its seat at the table.
It's the Donny Dosser of battle royale games, isn't it? It's, you know, you can't knock it.
Yeah.
Right, number 80 to 71, we have. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. I'm not even doing fat facts, and I'm pressing the wrong things. Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
Oh, what we are done now?
I might have seen from 50 onwards.
Oh my bloody Nora!
Hold on.
Welcome to Retro Gakatak, where we're so professional.
Number 80.
There we go.
Firewatch. 79, Tetris Effect. 78, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. 77, The Secret of Monkey Island. 76, Pokemon Gold and Silver. Oh, opinions are coming. Number 75, Metroid Prime. 74, Undertale. Wow, 2015. I thought it was way more recent than that. 73, Final Fantasy VI. We love it. 72, Yakuza 0.
Yep.
And 71, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty.
So where are we starting? Firewatch is actually very good.
I've had it. I think I've played about 4 or 5 hours and not got.
I watched a playthrough of it years ago. When it must have been when it came out. I watched a playthrough.
Yeah.
It's a really good story. It's just it's more of an experience than an actual video game. It's just an interactive story.
Yeah.
And it is very good. Very touching story. Gets quite deep and dark at times. It looks amazing. I love the style.
I love the style of it as well. Actually, it's really gorgeous. Yeah.
But I don't think there's much more you can say.
No.
Tetris Effect. It's Tetris, but it's fancy, and I do really want to play it.
So I've been told that this is like the definitive Tetris.
This is supposed to be like phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I can't help but think it's Tetris. not
I've also
Tetris,
been told that you have to play this whilst stoned.
Oh,
so
okay.
You've got to it's far better whilst you're stoned.
Yeah, I can imagine with all the stuff going on. But I think because like me and Carrie have been like smashing the VR thing lately. Apparently, this is on PSVR.
No. How would you play Tetris VR?
I don't care. If I'm seeing all that stuff going on around me, I'm just gonna be like, whoa. But yeah, I can't help but think. So even though it might look amazing, apparently the soundtrack's really good in it, and it just like it really gets you going. And like I think it does that evolving thing where as the game gets a bit more intense, the music picks up.
I've literally just read it's designed by the Res.
Director that made Res. It,
yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, it's Tetris. Phenomenal. I love Tetris.
Can't go wrong with Tetris.
I'm a big Tetris fan, but it's still Tetris. So how is it much different to that Game Boy game?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do want to give it a go in the VR, see what it looks like. This is actually surprising. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
I wasn't surprised.
I'm only surprised because isn't this one of the highest rated Metacritic games? I think this is top 5. It's like 98 or 99 out of 100.
I expected this in.
I knew it was going to be in. I thought it was going to be like top 20.
No, I expected it to be sort of like 60-ish. But I mean, obviously not super far off.
It's a good game. I mean, it's fun.
Oh yeah, it's a good game, but it's a game that's stuck in its time.
It's
it's a game of its time. Like skateboarding was massive in the 2000s, late 90s, 2000s. You know what I mean? This came, everyone played it, and then sort of like everyone that was skateboarding kind of grew up, myself included. So, you know, when we're playing this, this is amazing. Go out skating in the fucking freezing cold winter in fucking middle of Stoke-on-Trent.
Yeah.
And you just like, you get to a point where you're just sitting there and you're like, I'm fucking, why am I outside fucking skateboarding in the fucking sleet in the car park? Do you know what I mean?
Tony Hawk's, bro.
I'm fucking, you know, at this point I'm 15 years old. I'm like, fuck off. I can just play this at home. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely a game of its time. So that's why I kind of figured it wouldn't be as high.
It is rough. If you go back to it now, it is rough. So I remember when we played it when I came up to yours.
Yes.
And we did spend a good chunk of time. We did enjoy it.
I reckon we were about 4 hours on it. Like, maybe you got to the second level or something. But
it's still fun though, isn't it? It's still fun.
Yeah,
it's not aged well, but it's still fun. For those that played it back then, you will still get enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of this generation will enjoy it.
No. No, skateboarding's not much of a thing anymore. So.
Play the Monkey Island games?
I had a quick go. Point and click adventure things have never been really my thing.
I don't mind. I'm a Broken Sword guy. I played Broken Sword. That was good.
The only broken sword I've had is my penis.
Oh, no.
I went there.
You went there. Oh, dear.
but yeah, point and click adventure things now.
But
I mean, if I was ever going to play anything, it'd be that porno parody one. What's his guy? The guy one.
Leisure Suit Larry.
That's the one.
Were they point and click, were they? I thought they were just like really dodgy shit games.
No, point and click adventures. So because I think that's more appeals more to my humor.
Yeah.
As much as this is regarded as probably the best point and click game.
Well, that's the thing. They were, again, these are another thing of their time, weren't they? Point and click adventure games. You probably, when did this come out? 1990.
Yeah.
Probably you're talking in that 10-year gap, 1990 to 2000. Point and clicks were crawling out everyone's ass. They were just everywhere. Point and clicks.
Yeah.
Which I don't expect Broken Sword to come out, but that was the one I played on the PlayStation. But I liked that it was a bit of a detective-y sort of solve the murder or whatever happened, and it was quite fun. But I understand that these are very.
I mean, they're important. They're important in the industry. They're important in the place of time.
I'd be surprised if Monkey Island 2 doesn't show up as well, to be honest, because I know a lot of people love that one as well. So we can talk about, or you can talk about, Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Oh.
Number 76?
I know. I expected this to be slightly higher.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you know, it's definitely regarded as the better. It is better than Red and Blue because it's not just Johto. When you complete it, you also go into Kanto and do all their gems. So you're essentially playing Red and Blue in the game anyway. Do you know what I mean? And it brings so much more to the table than Red and Blue ever did. And it's my favorite Pokemon game. In fact, actually, Pokemon Crystal is my favorite, which is the third one in this series. I did expect it to be higher, if I'm being honest, but I can also see that it didn't have the same cultural significance as Red and Blue. So I am expecting that to be in like the top 15.
Oh yeah, I'd be surprised. I'd say top 20. I'll play it a little safer and see top.
Oh, you'd be
20.
safer. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a pussy.
So, but yeah, that's still my favorite. So there you go.
There you go. Something I really want to comment on because I still want to play it. Metroid Prime.
Well, I will send it down. I finished it now, so I will send it down. I'll finish Breath of the Wild, and I'll send both of them down to you.
Oh, cheers, bro.
So you can play them when you've got your barber.
Oh no, that's the thing is
between nappy changes and views.
Switch games are more doable for me, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I do really love the concept of Metroid Prime.
Such a good fucking game.
I played a little bit on the GameCube years and years ago. I quite liked. It gave me GoldenEye memes, the way you move Samus, because it's all on one analog, isn't it? Back in the day, and I enjoyed that. It had a really weird thing where, again, like GoldenEye, you held one of the trigger buttons, and you'd be able to move the
you'd be able to aim. Yeah.
I liked all that, but like I just don't think it's. Again, it's another thing. It's not quite aged as well.
Yeah,
and I don't think a lot of the Call of Duty people like that control scheme.
But with the remaster that came out this year,
They've adjusted it.
It fixes it.
Yeah,
and it's damn near a perfect game.
Ooh,
damn near a perfect game. So
I really want to play it. I do love the Metroid games.
I'll get it sent down.
Undertale. Have you ever experienced Undertale?
Never played it.
I think
it's always been one of them games that like everyone says you need to play, and I'm like, I'll get around to it. But I never do. I don't have the inclination. If I'm honest.
I've watched it. I've watched like a bit of it. I can get why a lot of people love it. I think again, it's all to do with more the story, the style of it, because it's like an RPG of some kind, isn't it? It's a weird.
You've got something in the box that you have to move around.
Yeah, like your little life heart or something, and you don't want it to get hit by things. But I like that there's a genocide side to the game where you can just kill everything, but then there's the side where you don't have to. The passive, the pacifist side, or
the good side and the bad side.
The good side where you don't kill things.
You're using too big a words for me.
I know. I gotta get the dictionary out for this episode. But I quite like all that about it. The art, the pixel art style is nice.
Yeah, it does look good. It looks nice.
But I find it hard to believe that this game is better than a lot of these other AAA games that they're saying this is better than Super Mario Odyssey. And like I've played that, I know that is a very good game. So it's just that's my thing with it. Yeah. I respect what it is, but like, how can it be better than Super Mario Odyssey? Yeah. How can it be better than Grand Theft Auto 4?
Exactly. Yeah,
but opinions. Final Fantasy 6 next. Yep. Yakuza 0.
Next.
Never played Yakuza, so can't really comment on that. I've never played Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, so
I have.
Yeah.
And
is it the 71st best video game ever made?
I think other ones are better.
Okay. If I'm honest, I think other ones are going to come up.
Yeah, but I'm sure this was the one. This is the one that kind of put online gaming for Call of Duty on the map.
Okay.
Because that's how I remember it most, is playing online with my pal.
Yeah.
Passing the controls to and from each other.
The comment here, a multiplayer mode that would change online gaming forever.
Yeah. So I mean that's that's probably why it's on there. Is because it's like kind of like it's the multiplayer kind of thing it is. So
because I'm not a Call of Duty guy. The only one I bought recently, and I say recently, as in the Call of Duty World War One or World War Two or something.
Oh,
when did that come out? About 6 years ago or something.
More longer than that, wasn't it?
But it was
just get that for free now.
Probably, But it was just because everyone at work was like, "Oh, we got the new Call of Duty. We'll all get it and we'll play multiplayer together." And I was like, "I don't like Call of Duty. I don't care." And then they sort of pestered me until I got it. So it was fine.
You were shite at it.
I'm just terrible at online shooting games. I'm awful. That's why I only played Doom and Bioshock, single player stuff. Although Doom 2016 had a good multiplayer. But yeah, Call of Duty is probably not the last time it's going to get mentioned. To be honest, I only expect Modern Warfare 2 to come up. I don't think any of the others will beat to mine. Oh, Black Ops will probably come up as well. I don't really like Black Ops.
Well, I love Blops. Blops was good.
I played Blops. I didn't really like it. I thought it was boring. 70 to 61. Left 4 Dead 2. That's 70. 69. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Ooh.
Nice.
68. Thief: The Dark Project. 67. He's back again. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Oh.
Number 66. Fallout New Vegas. Number 65. GoldenEye 007.
I was expecting it higher.
Ooh. Number 64. Persona 5. Number 63. The Sims 2. I expect that to be a little higher, you know. Number 62, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Ooged. Number 61, Grand Theft Auto 3. Oh, there's a few to mention here. And we start with Left 4 Dead 2. What a game.
It is a good game.
Yeah.
It is a good game.
I expect 1 to be higher. I think 1's going to come up and be higher. I'd say top 50.
1 was better. It was better, but...
I just don't think Left 4 Dead 2 evolved it enough.
It's the same. It's very same.
Yeah, same with new characters. You could still use the old characters. A few new levels. You could still play the old levels. It was like a glorified expansion pack.
Yeah, that is exactly what it was. Yeah.
But my days, we had fun when we played it and modded it with the Marshmallow Men and the Xenomorphs and it was just. Yeah. But that's my thing with it. It's a very fun game. But like, I think if it wasn't for the mods and stuff,
it is a good game in its own right. But the mods and playing it with someone
made it that much more fun.
Yeah.
Because we just had the fact that you had the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man chasing us from all angles, and you gunning them down. It was just funny, and we had such a laugh as like Master Chiefs or.
Didn't we change the witch to Hitler?
Yes, that was a thing. We made Hitler Witch. We need to go back and watch those videos because they're so funny.
They were so good.
But that's what Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is just a very. Oh, sorry, Left 4 Dead 2 must specify because I think the first is going to come up. Yeah, I don't think it. Did it introduce any new special infected zombie or anything?
I think melee weapons were more. I think it was.
There was more of a thing. They had like chainsaws and fire axes and stuff.
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, just a very fun online multiplayer zombie shooter, isn't it?
Yep.
Can't really fail. Would you like to talk about number 69? Majora's Mask.
To be honest.
This is sort of like the black sheep of that era, isn't it?
It truly is, and it's like
weird. It's from I've not played it, but I've seen bits. It's weird.
See, it's weird because it's all about depression. The game is, and the thought of basically inevitable demise, and how people react to the fact that you're going to die. So I mean, it's such a big subject in a game that it was gonna it was gonna ruffle some feathers the wrong way, and I hated it when it came out. Really didn't like it, but like only after playing it like as I've got older, and do you know what I mean? And I totally understand and I get why the director went with that way of the game. I mean, I'm surprised it's made the list. If I'm honest, like I say, it's not the biggest. It's the black sheep, and not a lot of people like it. So the fact that it's made the list, I'm happy it's there. Do you know what I mean? So can't really. It's
still an iconic game in its own right. I'm not Zelda fan, I always make a point of that. But
Yeah.
I'll always respect it for what it is. And Majora's Mask is no different to Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, and all that.
Yeah.
Top G in the chats says
Hello, Top G.
Fortnite number 1. Go to bed, Top G. You're pissed.
Fortnite number 1. Bless him.
Yeah, bless him.
Anyway,
we've talked about Fortnite. We're on to. Have you played Thief? I've not played Thief. Stealth game. I know it was quite influential in the time. Fair play to it.
Yeah.
Back to Zelda. Yay. Wind Waker.
So a lot of people love this game.
I love the style of it. I love the cell shading. It looks lovely.
Yeah. See, when they did the first trailer for the GameCube and they did like a Zelda and Ganondorf fight and it was like more realistic. And everyone's like, oh my God, this is going to be the next game. It's going to be amazing. And then they brought this out. Like, everyone was mega pissed. And it's, at its core, it's a really good game. It's a really, really good game. There's just one major flaw. You have to sail everywhere in a boat. And you have to control the wind. Okay. Which is fine. It's fine as a concept, but it's such a huge fucking map, and you could be sailing for like 3, 4, 5 minutes, and it kind of just, pun intended, it kind of blows the wind out the sails.
Yeah.
So I can see why it's on here because it is such a good little Zelda game, but it's just one major flaw. So but we'll get to it eventually at some point.
Yeah. Well, I've played a little bit of it. I probably told you at the time, and I was enjoying it. Out of all the Zeldas I've played, it's the one I've enjoyed most. But I never got to those sailing sections. I think I only did like the first dungeon or whatever it's called in it. And I did enjoy it. It's just something else would have taken my interest at the time. My attention.
Like the next game in the list.
Oh, Fallout New Vegas. Oh. What a game! This is probably top 10 for me. Specifically, New Vegas. It blows my mind that you've not properly played New Vegas. Well, that you don't.
I know. I think I borrowed it from you. I'm sure I borrowed it from you, and I gave it. Do you know what it is? I think it's just, there's just too much.
There's not enough, bro. There's not enough.
It's like you can, I remember I was like, getting all my tin and whatever and turning them into bullets, and I spent ages changing my ammo, making ammo, and then I realized that I'm actually unmaking the bullets that I've just made.
That's really complicated.
And I never really, I think that really just put me off.
I still don't understand the whole concept of the ammo reloading bench or whatever it is. Yeah, but like it doesn't matter. You don't have to play that way.
I probably will have to play it again.
Yeah.
Without doing that,
you can play New Vegas the exact same way you played 3.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty. But the reloading bench is there if you can suss it out. Yeah. Which I think I did. I think if I play it, I couldn't explain it, but I could just faff about and I'll get stuff done because I kind of know what I'm doing in my head.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed streaming it when I first started streaming on this channel. And
I know you never finished it.
I had so much fun doing that. But like, I think because I was just doing so much random stuff, like I felt like I did most things that I could do, and it just sort of I needed something different. But I think I could easily jump back on it now and just have fun with the silly rules that I put in, which completely changes the way you play the game.
Yeah, there's some good rules.
But like, I think if I was to do it, I'd want to jump on 3 or 4 and incorporate similar rules and different rules for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this won't be the last time we talk about Fallout. 3 will be on here. Anyone that says they prefer 3 over New Vegas, I don't argue it. They're both phenomenal games. It is like, it's mood dependent. A lot
chalk and cheese.
Yeah, it's, they're the same game.
Yeah.
GoldenEye 007 has been mentioned once or twice on this channel. Yeah, again, I think if you're wanting games like GoldenEye, Pokemon to be higher, it depends on who they've asked.
Yeah. It's a generation thing.
And that's the thing. If they're mentioning that streamers have been on it doing this, streamers probably didn't play this game when it came out. So
yeah,
it is a product of its time. It's not aged amazingly, GoldenEye. But for people like us, it is so fun.
Whoa! The
Well,
remaster on the Xbox is amazing.
It's amazing, but
With
it still
the updated
looks
controls.
it looks like bum though.
We always see we don't care about the graphics.
No, I know, but
plays well.
I'm just playing devil's advocate and just saying, it does look like bum.
But it was me fucking. When was it? It was me like nearly 25 years ago.
Yeah, 1997, even longer.
Yeah, more than that. So yeah. You make a game in 25 years' time. We'll see how fucking good it looks. There you go.
It'll be a game of all the years if I make a game. That's why I don't make one, because I don't want to ruin the industry for everyone else. And they're wasting their time making games because they can't be mine.
But yeah, I did expect this to be higher, if I'm honest. But
yeah, I think it should be higher for what it did for the gaming industry, for shooters of the time. The next step on from Doom. But yeah, amazing game, amazing soundtrack, fun, multiplayer. We mentioned it all in our episode. Yeah, so go check it out. GoldenEye, great game. Persona 5, never played it. I know a lot of people love it.
Yeah.
So don't kill us because we haven't played it. Sims 2.
Never played it. Only played the first one.
Fine. Sims 2 is fine. Yeah, but that was the thing. You had the PC version of The Sims 2, which is what this obviously is, because it's the proper way to play it, where you build your house and stuff like that.
Yep.
I had Sims 2 on the PlayStation 2.
I had it on the GameCube.
Totally different game. Yeah, the GameCube would have been the same. Totally different game. It was like a minimalist version of what Sims 2 is.
Yeah.
But it's more like you control your character as opposed to you're controlling the family.
Definitely. Yeah.
I also had it on the PSP. That's a weird game. It's a weird game. It's way more of like a simulation game of you are that character. Go wander around. I think you get like a set house, and then over time you redecorate or something. You make it nicer as you progress through the game. I actually really enjoyed it, and I'm actually quite tempted to get it on the Game Bloke just to sort of relive it.
We dab in it, yeah.
Yeah, because I think I'll get good nostalgias from that, but probably not reviewed very well, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
PC version, obviously the superior version.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a solid Sims game. Sims is if you like the Sims, you like the Sims. If you don't, you don't. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I like this game.
Is it where you think it would be?
It should be way higher, man. It should be way higher than this.
We'll do a proper in-depth review once I get round to playing it. But
mate, best of luck playing this sucker. It takes a while. I wasn't a fan when I first played it. It must have been before lockdown. I tried it, and when you don't know what you're doing, it's hard as balls. And it doesn't hold your hand. It's it's very Dark Soulsy. It's just there you go, off you trot, win the game,
figure it out. Yeah.
And then there's RPG elements to it, and you get different weapons, even though your character just still behaves the same depending on what weapon he uses. It just changes the numbers when you hit someone. Does it kill them straight away? Do you have to hit them twice? Do you have to hit them 3 times?
Yeah.
And this was the one where they incorporated Metroidiness to it, and you had a massive obscure map.
Yeah.
And then when you finish the game, when you think you finished the game, it turns the castle upside down, and you've got to go through the castle again.
I mean, you've totally spoiled it for me, by the way.
Spoiled this 26-year-old game or whatever it is.
I know, yeah. 26 years, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I know.
Same year as GoldenEye, 1997.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, phenomenal.
We'll come back to it.
But yeah, hopefully we will discuss. I really want to discuss Symphony of the Night. Any excuse to play it again.
Yeah.
And Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah.
We touched on it earlier with 4.
I'm glad it's ahead of 4.
Yeah. For what it did for the gaming industry for 3D games, this was like the next one for me. You had Super Mario 64, which was that generation's 3D
platform.
masterpiece.
Yeah.
Then you had Grand Theft Auto 3, which was the next step. And when that came out, 2001, that was wow,
changed the game.
That was a special game.
The game. Yeah.
Go back and play it now. It's pretty bum. It's not great.
No, I still love it.
It's not great though.
Oh, I know. I mean, the shooting isn't great. The driving's still pretty spot on. Actually,
but that's only because the games that came out after improved on.
Yeah,
they made the right improvements, and it just makes it a bit difficult to play now. But the fact that you can download it on your phone, you can download it on.
I know, it's so hard on your phone,
but it plays well. It
does play well.
To be fair.
To be honest, sometimes I actually just sit in the car and listen to the Rise FM. That's
that's what was good about it.
I love Rise FM.
The radio stations and stuff. Yeah, and they only got, to me, they only got better.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right, 60 to 51. Oh my days, we've already got games to talk about here.
I know.
60 Super Metroid. 59, as predicted, Fallout 3. 58, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. 57, Final Fantasy 9, who cares? Number 56, Inside. Number 55, Hollow Knight. Number 54, Ico, whatever it is.
I say Ico.
53, Dishonored 2. 52, Half-Life. 51, Final Fantasy 10, no one cares. Right. I hope I'm making everyone that loves Final Fantasy mad as well. I love it.
Final Fantasy number 1.
Super Metroid. What an amazing
should be higher.
Game. Should be way higher.
Should be higher.
I think it should be at least top 30.
Yeah.
Between no lower than 40, but top 30.
Yeah.
Amazing game. For its time as well. When was it? 94.
Go back and listen to our discussion.
Yeah, again, another one that has been mentioned in depth.
I'm praised
a lot. We do love that game. Good soundtrack. I love the look of it. Style
Best
of it at the time. Just go and watch our episode. We gush all over it. Fallout 3. As I thought it'd be a little bit higher.
I expected this to be higher.
I thought it'd be a lot higher. Like when I first played Fallout 3, it would have been 2010. It was the year New Vegas came out, and like I remember the adverts for New Vegas, and everyone was raving about New Vegas. So I thought, I need to play 3 then. I need to play Fallout 3 because I remember you telling me how good it was, and people in college telling me how fun it was. I'd never played a game like Fallout 3.
Yeah,
and then
I never played it. Because this changed the games of like the 3D world RPG.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah. Like to me, an RPG game back then was your isometric Civ, Civ
like 5, your Final Fantasy,
your Final
7
Fantasy, Age of Empires. That's what RPG was. If you told me RPG, that's what it was. Whereas this is the one that let you play a first-person shooter game, but it had these RPG elements to it.
Yeah,
and it wasn't too much, it wasn't too little, it was just the right amount of... I love the special system on it. I love all the other little perks and the little things. The only one I think...
You can play this game in 100 different ways.
It's amazing. Yeah. And that's what it is. That's why Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, take your pick. You'll have a great time with either one. If you want to be in a grimy wasteland in Washington, D.C., or do you want to be in the desert in Nevada?
Do you want to find your dad, Liam Neeson, or do you want to kill Matt Perry?
Exactly, yeah. I never want to kill Chandler, though. Love Chandler. But yeah, it's... I can understand this being, in the general consensus, the better one.
Yeah.
I get that. I know New Vegas came out with a ton of bugs. When this still has
Fallout 3 still has a ton of bugs,
yeah. Fallout in general will always have bugs. It's just the way it is. Starfield or whatever it's called is going to have a ton of bugs. Despite what they say, it will have a ton.
Oh, there'll be hunters.
But it's a Bethesda game, and it's the part of the charm of Bethesda. I love finding silly little things in these games.
Speaking of other Bethesda games,
Fallout 3, amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, this is an Elder Scrolls game I can't talk about.
I can't comment on it because I've never played it.
No, but I understand a lot of people love this game.
Yes.
But I think
Yeah.
with these Elder Scrolls games, the earlier you go, the more people gush about them. I think the diehards love the Morrowinds, and I think they're going to come up. Yeah. Skyrim's obviously going to be top 20, I think. I think Skyrim's going to be really high in this list. And I can talk about Skyrim. I do enjoy Skyrim, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. Final Fantasy what? No one cares. Inside 56.
I'm sure that's a co-op one, if I remember 9. I'm sure 9's the co-op one. You can play it with, but I mean, that's the only thing I remember about it.
Yeah, it was on the PS1.
Yes,
if that means
it
anything.
Was. Yeah,
to me, the only one I know is Final Fantasy 7. Like,
I mean, I've bought 10, I've bought 9, and I've bought 7, and I've never played any of them fully. So,
what does that tell you about the series? Sucks. Inside, I've not played it. I've watched it.
Amazing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed what it was. I'd be surprised if the game prior to this isn't in the list. I think it's going to come up maybe in the next 10. I think Limbo will come up because Inside is good, but I still think there's like this.
Limbo is better.
Yeah, the style of Limbo just surpasses this one for me. I like the look of Inside. That's the only thing I can really comment about is the look of it.
Yeah, looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
Yeah, because the story's very minimal, isn't it? There's no I don't think there's any narration in it. There's no dialogue in it. It's just you are this little boy, and you have to just venture through until the end.
Trying to get inside.
When you become some big blob monster, which is like, whoa.
I mean, I've never got that far. Thank you for spoiling the game for me.
You're welcome. Watch it. It's weird. But yeah, I've not played it. But I just watched it. Hollow Knight is very good.
Never played it.
Hollow Knight is a very, very cutesy Dark Souls style game.
It looks really nice.
It looks amazing. It is hard as balls. It's got like a Metroidvania-ness to it. It's like a cartoony Metroidvania Dark Souls game. So to me, that's like, oosh, I like that.
I like that a lot.
But it's very hard. You've got to dedicate a lot of time to it. You've got to use a lot of brain power because I don't think the map is as kind to you as the Metroid games and Symphony of the Night. I think you have to and this is where the Dark Soulsy thing comes into it. I think you've got to always reach like a bench or something. And then when your character rests, he jots down where he's been on his map and it updates the map.
There's the map. Okay.
But it's very unforgiving. It's fair but unforgiving. It's tough.
Yeah.
But it's a very fun game. Good bosses and that. Never finished it. Ico, can't comment, but you can.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I played it, but I mean, I played it on the PlayStation 3 when it was remastered, so that's a while ago. I remember thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah.
And thoroughly enjoying the puzzles. But I cannot comment. I cannot tell you. But I mean, I did expect it to be on the list.
It was always going to be on the list. I couldn't say, to be honest, if I thought it'd be higher or lower. It's at more or less the midpoint. So
yeah.
There you go.
There you
go. Dishonored 2, amazing game.
Never played it.
Never finished it. But I remember enjoying the first one more. But
Alexa, stop. 9:30.
But it is a phenomenal game. In all fairness, it's just good fun. Bethesda doing supernaturally sort of fantastical sort of stuff with powers and stuff. It's good. I recommend everyone play both Dishonored games. Half-Life. Never actually played the first Half-Life.
So I played it. I had the orange box.
Yeah.
And it was on the Xbox, and I remember playing through it 1 and 2. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a really good shooter. I had fucking no idea what was going on in the story. I would just walk around. I would just walk and find people to shoot, and just keep walking towards people to shoot. The story I just didn't comprehend the story at that time. Like probably going back and actually playing it and actually paying attention, probably. But I mean, it should be on the list. I mean, Half-Life 2 should be on the list before.
Half-Life 2
you know what I
will
mean?
absolutely come up in this
So
list.
if it's not, then I'll be surprised.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still a good shooter.
Half-Life 2 top 20. We'll get there. Final Fantasy X. Couldn't care less. PlayStation 2. One of the many Final Fantasy games.
With the water football, that was what I was thinking about.
Was that a thing in it, was it?
Yeah.
Anyway. Right, if we just have a little beverage break, we're at a halfway point. I've got like a little drop of water, so I'm just going to go get some water.
Yeah, I have a wife for this.
My wife's out watching Barbie, so...
Well, I'm going to put the light on as well, because it's getting dark in Scotland.
Yeah, man. We'll sort ourselves out and we'll reconvene in a sec.
8 seconds. Go.
Burb.